Welcome into our training camp countdown series presented by Connors and Ferris. I'm Maddy Glab, and I'm joined by Bills insider Chris Brown. There were many highlights from last season, and in several areas, the Bills completely went off. The offense and defense had elements that performed so well that they really don't need any fixing. But I'm no head coach, and I'm sure Sean McDermott would say otherwise, and say that every position group could improve a little bit more. So, do you think the wide receiver group can be even more successful than they were in 2020? This position had such a great season that they played a huge role in breaking the franchise record for points scored in regular season with 501. So, do you think they can do it again in 2021?
Well, I think it depends on what your definition of successful is. With an extra regular season game this year, there's a good chance they put up more overall production. But I think the most important way they can be more successful is by being a more diversified passing game. I love John Brown, but Emmanuel Sanders is a more versatile receiver than Brown and can hurt defenses in many different ways. Very quietly, they've added size to this receiving core. Isaiah Hodgins, Jake Kumaro to go along with Gabe Davis, who's 6'2 plus. So bringing in Sanders' skill set and being able to add size to the equation, yes, I think they can be more successful. It all comes down to who they keep on the roster when they get down to 53, which may be the toughest thing.
That's going to be a tough roster to make when you're talking about the wide receiver position group, but Diggs, Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders, Gabriel Davis, Isaiah McKenzie, just to name a few, that sounds like a pretty talented wide receiver group. You have Diggs and Gabriel Davis who are entering year 2 with Josh Allen. We saw how that chemistry flourished between Josh Allen and Cole Beasley as Cole Beasley entered year 2 with Josh, and I think the same is going to happen for Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis. Emmanuel Sanders is going to work on that chemistry here in camp, and I think just because of his veteran presence, we'll see him be able to add to this offense this year. So I think when you're looking at the chemistry, I think this group could definitely be improved for this season. They combined, the names that I just said, combined for 4,109 receiving yards and 29 receiving touchdowns. I see that number increasing this season with that extra game. Make sure you head to BuffaloBills.com for more content as we continue to count down to training camp.